On the line was the one and only Bert Kreischer. Bert, thank you, buddy.
I love this Zoom stuff, man. This is amazing.
I talked to your people, and I asked them if we could do this, and they're like, no, Bert's very busy. We don't think he has time to Zoom.
Very busy, man.
And I'm like, listen, I know Bert Kreischer is real tech savvy. I'm sure he can figure it out. So thank you for zooming in, man. This is super cool.
Dude, I've been Zooming I Zoom all my podcasts. This is better. Bill Burr and I have a podcast, and we were talking the other day. We're never going to see each other again. We just want to Zoom.
and me and Ryan Holmes, a guy in here with us, we had a bet on whether you'd be wearing a shirt or not. And, of course, no shirt. Do you ever put a shirt on? Do you ever put a shirt on, Bert?
No, I grew up in Florida. Come on.
I hope you're wearing sunscreen there, Bert.
No, dude, LA has had the worst weather. It is like cold and flu season. It's been crappy out every single day. No, my shirt's been off this entire time, this entire virus. That's how I rock it.
Hey, tell us about the room you're in. I love watching everybody Zoom because I like to see the room that they're in, when they Zoom from. Is this your man cave? What is this?
Oh, yeah, and don't think I haven't set this up, okay? This is completely doctored as if I'm trying to hook up. I have my Secret Time poster for my first Netflix special. I've got a surfboard that I've never used in my entire life. Shout out to New Smyrna. I've got pictures from Travel Channel all here. Here's my treadmill. This thing has saved my life. Right around for my birthday this year, the girls, my daughters, for the first time got me a present that I wanted. And they're like, what do you want? And I just gave them this treadmill. This is like an industrial treadmill. Yeah. And, man, I love this thing. It's a Woodway. It's expensive. We way overpaid for it. But, dude, in a pandemic, a treadmill really comes in handy.
How often do you use it?
I haven't used it yet. But anyway.
Hey, do you enjoy watching Zoom and watching the different celebrities and what the back of their house looks like? Are you into that or not?
I'm amazed at how many people don't light their Zooms. So, I have a little lighting panel right here, okay? Mm-hmm. And it really steps up your production value. I mean, sincerely. I look at some people's Zooms, and I'm like, yo, do you have Carmex all over your camera? And then I have a blue snowball right here. You got to step your level up if you're gonna interact. I really honestly don't think I'll ever go back. I'll never take a meeting in Santa Monica again. I'm never getting in traffic for a meeting. This is awesome. Dude, we were in a meeting yesterday for this TV show I think I'm going to do, and I sexually harassed someone on Zoom. It was awesome. It was just old school. I go, who's the blonde? And they were like, wait, what? And I go, the skirt with the blonde hair. And they were like, easy, buddy. You're getting way too comfortable in Zoom.
We're live right now with our favorite comedian of all time, Bert Kreischer, who is...
I want my coffee mug, huh?
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Cheers.
That's
Cheers.
Nice. Hey, he's calling to promote his Netflix special. Now, we talked to you about a month or so ago before this all broke out, and now everyone's stuck in their homes, so it's probably good for the Netflix special, right? People probably watching it?
I can make a joke about it now, but yeah, man, this pandemic does great business. I'm really glad that this pandemic happened, to be honest with you.
I feel that way, too. I don't have to do it.
Good. It's been, oddly enough, man, it's this special showed up at a time when people wanted comedy, and it's amazing. I have some really offensive jokes in it, and no one green flagged me at all. No one got mad. No one said anything. Segura's special came and went, and no one got outraged.
Your Netflix special is called Hey Big Boy. It's awesome. The last time we talked
to you,
funny. I watched it the first day it came out. It's super, super funny. Once again, the entire thing, no shirt on. that is now your gimmick, right? That's your thing.
That's my thing, I guess. And by the way, I would love to get ripped and do it. I would love to be in great shape and do it, but everyone's like, you won't be funny. I go, I don't care.
How are you doing with that, Bert? Because I know you weren't drinking at first. Have you given that up? Have you gone deep into the party?
Stone sober. This is my body right now. Stone sober.
Well, you're good. We don't have to worry just yet of you getting ripped. Then I'm
there's nothing this is. I had this fat fold right here. I want to get rid of this.
It's almost like a deep V of fat. It's good.
It is, but I think Joe Rogan is very concerned about you. Rogan brings up Bert almost every podcast with his health concerns. I think he thinks you're going to die at any moment, Bert.
Well, first of all, Rogan's insight on medicine is that of a witch doctor from the 1700s. Okay. Anytime this guy has any insights, like when we did Sober October, he was like, "You can't just stop drinking; you're going to die." I was like, "I don't drink all the time. Like, what do you?" And then I started getting panicky. I called like a doctor. I go, "Can I not drink?" And he was like, "I don't know. Can you?" I was like, "I don't know." And so, yeah, Rogan. The reason I quit drinking for this pandemic was because of Rogan. He did that podcast with Chicken Little, whatever that doctor's name is, Kristen Lutteroff or whatever. It was like, "We're all going to die, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Just get your affairs in order. It was good talking to you. Thanks for having me on your podcast. I have a book to sell, by the way." And Rogan was like, I'm in the tour bus, and he goes, "So just out of curiosity, who's the most susceptible? Is it overweight guys who smoke cigars all the time and drink nonstop and don't really get any sleep?" I literally was like, "Is he talking to me?" And then I said to him, I go, "I heard that podcast, man. I thought you were talking to me." And he goes, "Oh, I was. I definitely was talking to you."
Hey,
I was like, "Wait, you were really talking to me?" 100%. I'm always talking about you. If you ever hear me say someone who drinks too much and doesn't get enough sleep, it's you. It's definitely you. So I haven't drank this whole pandemic. It's been 5 weeks.
Nice.
Does it concern
Damn.
you? Does the COVID-19 concern you at all? Are you worried about getting it, or is you're not?
I am worried only because I would like chest colds for me have always been bad, but I'm worried in the same way I'm worried about sharks. You know, like I'll still go out there, but I'm not. But it panics me at night.
It's not during the day.
And
Didn't
you
you get
guys-
the swine flu? Didn't you get the
I
swine flu,
do-
Bert, or the pig flu?
I got H1N1.
Oh, did you?
So, yeah, that was, oh my God, I thought I was going to die. No joke. I was in Mexico too, and they don't really have medicine down there. And
Right.
so all they have is pharmacias, which basically is a place to get Xanax and Quaaludes. So
Yeah.
I was literally thought I was drowning. One night I was like gasping for air and I couldn't get any air in. And I thought I was going to die. I really thought it was the sickest I've ever been. But I bounced back. So we'll see.
And you guys are different over there, right? You're in California, correct?
Yeah.
So you guys get fined if you're not wearing a mask outside, correct? Like even just walking your dog and stuff. Aren't there people getting fined over there?
Yeah, I just put blackface on my lips and it looks like I'm wearing a mask because I have a beard.
Do you go out very
yeah,
much?
It's pretty. I don't go outside. Did you say?
Yeah. Do you go out very much?
No. I don't know about you guys, but this pandemic has really leaned in my OCD. I've been really good with hanging out in my house. This area right here is Howard Hughes clean. Like I can touch anything in here because
Yeah.
I don't let anyone in my man cave. Like my kids don't come in here. Like Howie Mandel really had this idea locked down when he was like, "I got my room, and then those dirtbags have their room." So the animals live in the big house, and I come out here. I love it, man. I love it. So but like we have to go. Leanne has to go to some store and look at windows today, and I was like, "I'm not going with you." And I was like, "By the way, don't touch it. Like, I don't want anyone touching anything. The girls haven't been out once. Like, I'm pretty strict about stuff. That's the weird thing about me is I'm a rule for a guy who robbed a train in Russia. I'm a big time rule follower.
Yeah.
Special guest today is the one and only Bert Kreischer. We appreciate you zooming with us. It makes it more fun to be able to see you. You know.
I love it. I love it.
And I got to tell you, I mentioned your Netflix special, which is Hey Big Boy, and we've got a texting service. And I mean, hundreds of people are just saying, "Oh my God, it's so funny. It was awesome. It was great." Like every single Monster fan absolutely loved it. And speaking about Netflix, did you get on the Tiger King train? Like, did you look at the look on your face? Did you watch that? Were you into that or not?
Dude, that Tiger King came out the week my special came out. And so it was the first, like we turned on Netflix and I was going to see where my special was doing, and it was trending like 5, and then I was like, "What's this Tiger King?" Man, when that girl got her arm ripped off through the cage, my daughter Isla hit pause, stood up in the living room and goes, "I just found our new TV show."
It's going to ruin me financially. That's what's going to happen. That damn girl who's got her arms ripped off. I tell you what, Bert.
Was that guy not amazing? I mean, it's amazing that it was a real person, isn't it?
It is, and Isla is so concerned for him with the coronavirus being in prison.
And if anyone deserves it.
Got it. He definitely got
He's
it.
going to get the coronavirus. I'm like, honey, he's a bad person.
So now, since we talked to you last, last time we talked to you, you were making plans for Hard Rock Live, and we were still promoting that, and then you were talking about your special and everything. Like, how much have things changed since the last time we talked to you, Bert?
Oh, it's been chaos. I mean, we do a conference call or Zoom every Monday to kind of like talk about business and what's going on. And every time I call, they're pushing dates back. They're like, right now they're looking at, I think they're looking at August, September. And I was like, and I think even still they're wondering what's going to happen. We are dictated by the NFL. So I'm hoping the NFL, I've never wanted to see a professional sports game more in my entire life, especially after watching Last Dance.
Man.
Like, I want to go. I want to fly to Tampa. I want to see Brady's first game. Like, I want my civil liberties back. I want to party. I want to do things. I want to hug dudes. Like, I had this crazy dream the other day that this was an elaborate prank my daughters and wives were pulling on me, where everyone was like, yeah, we're staying inside. This will get them to stop drinking. So...
Bert, how great was The Last Dance? I heard you talking about during the break with Carlos, but the Michael Jordan special, you loved it, right?
Dude, it's amazing. It's like there's not enough competitiveness in this world. Like, things that people have taken competitiveness away because they think it's unhealthy. But when you see Jordan, I mean, that guy Krause, the general manager of the Bills,
Jerry
or the
Krause,
Bulls,
yeah.
he was brutal to that guy. And I remember being that way in high school to the kid that was different. And I was like, I was just competitive. I wasn't a bully.
To the kid that was different. Hey, is this giving you a lot more time to write more material? Are you thinking about writing material that you're, or no? It's just
Not at all.
No.
I haven't written one joke.
It's hard to be inspired, isn't it?
It's, you know what it is? I'm not living a life, really. I'm just doing the same thing every day. So I'm not really like, I'm stuck on like a hamster wheel. The only things that have happened funny, really, is my daughters were teaming up on me with my wife the other day.
Yeah.
And I got upset, and I said, will you guys leave me alone? It's like when you team up, Isla goes, yeah, when we team up, we're like 1.5 people, right? And I went, yeah, because a woman technically is half a person.
Oh.
And they were like, wait, that's not what we meant. I was like, well, that's what you said. Isla's horrible with any statement. The other day she said, well, you know what they say, you can't get pregnant twice. And I was like, no, you definitely can. That's how we have 2 kids. I don't know
Possible.
who told you that. She's like, no, I mean, you can't get unpregnant. And I was like, no, you can do that too.
Ryan Holmes, question for Bert Kreischer is on the phone with us and live with us on YouTube.
Well, after that, the question is, how do you eat your soup in the morning? But the question right now is like, so we've been getting these like really bad celebrity at-home concerts, right? And they're let's be real, it's garbage.
No, some are good.
No, it's bad. It's bad. But how long until we get that comedian version of that, where it's like just a bunch of comedians at home performing to no one for charity?
Tomorrow night at 5:00, streaming live. I'm not even joking. We did one for it was called Laugh Aid, I guess, where we streamed. It was unbearable. I mean, it was horrible. It was a lot of celebrity comedians, because what's crazy is that the execs think the more famous, the better. What they don't realize is the more famous you are, the more money you have, the more out of touch you are with humanity. And that's where people are getting lit up. When you are showing off like the Brooks Koepka got lit up for having a $200 bottle of wine and a steak and then putting it on Instagram. I don't think he should get in trouble for that. The guy needs to live his life, and that's what he's got in his freezer, so let him live his life. But he needs to be aware that there are people that aren't paying their rent and they don't have food. So that's where celebrities are so – and by the way, I'll include myself in this, but, like, celebrities are so disconnected with the average person. They don't want to be the average person. For the record, they didn't like who they were, not famous. They wanted to change it so they could be famous and better than you. That's what defines a celebrity. That is it right there. And so we did one, and it was like all these celebrity comedians, and they were like, some were standing in front of their cars, and it like almost like this will really show them. But they don't realize that that's not what America is looking for right now, is to see how nice your house is. They want to laugh. And like one guy was talking about this car he just bought, and I was like, what are you doing? And then, of course, I don't know if you saw it, but I interviewed Adam Sandler and literally crapped the bed. I mean,
what happened?
Oh my God. Are you serious? You didn't see it?
No, I haven't seen it yet. No.
I didn't see it.
Oh my God. I interviewed Adam Sandler, and I'm a huge fan, obviously, and I asked him all the wrong questions. First of all, I called all his movies by the wrong name. I was just nervous, okay? I was like, oh my God, me and the girls watched Happy Madison the other day, and he was like, oh, okay, buddy. And I was like, we're going to watch your new one, Precious Gems. And he was like, oh, okay.
Oh.
At one point, I asked him if he had Netflix. And he was like, yeah. He has a $200 million deal on Netflix. And
Yeah.
I go, do you have Netflix? And he was like, yeah, they throw that in, you know? It was
gracious.
so bad. I was like, I asked him a question, and he goes, yeah, that's the dumbest question I've ever heard. I've never thought of it. I'm never going to answer it. I actually hate you now.
That's hilarious. Angel, question for the one and only Bert Kreischer.
Now, Bert, this is one of the things that it's happening to everybody during this pandemic. Everyone's eating a lot more. Is there been a new go-to snack, or is there a go-to snack that you recommend everybody needs to try?
Dude, I've been eating Nature Valley granola bars like crazy. I mean, I'm eating them 2 at a time. I'm going through. I've eaten all our granola bars: Kind bars, Cliff bars, granola bars, and then my wife got these from Trader Joe's, these long-sleeved Fig Newton bars that are. I mean, I am wolfing. I mean, I've got to have wrappers around here somewhere. I am wolfing these things down like crazy. I don't know. Oh, here we go. These are the strawberry ones. They're so good. They're like, it's a candy bar. Dude, I'm eating candy like crazy because I'm not drinking. Cookies at the end of the night. Last night, my wife made chocolate chip cookies, and I snuck in a Score bar. I crushed it up and threw it in there. No one knew about it, and they're like, wait, what's in this? I was like, it's a Score bar! I am that and elk. I saw Rogan before this pandemic happened, and he goes, how are you on meat? I was like, I'm good. He goes, let me hook you up. And he gave me, I think, about 50 pounds of moose and elk.
Oh, wow.
Is it as good as it looks? I mean, he always posts it, and it looks so lean and delicious and healthy. I always want I'm always like, I want a pound of that stuff.
I'll tell you, the moose sausage is good. It's not the same as, like, a chicken Asiago, like the kind you get in the store. It tastes like moose, but... But I love it, man. I've been wolfing down moose, and I have elk, tri-tip sirloin defrosting in the fridge. I'm going to smoke it today. I love it because I know it's healthy, and I know it is like purple. It is not regular. Like, you know when you get meat and it's like red turning brown? Yeah. This is purple, and there's blood everywhere. I mean, this is like, I feel like I'm eating a human. Yeah. Oh, I'm eating an animal, all right.
Yeah. Hey, do you feel better now that you haven't been drinking? Most people are drinking more in the pandemic. You went the opposite way. You're not drinking at all. Do you feel better now, or are you going like, why am I even doing this?
I feel like, why am I even doing this? Like, part of me is like, the real test of drinking, whether or not you beat drinking, is can you have one drink in the middle of the afternoon, get a little buzz, and then turn it off. That's my goal now. So my goal is going to be those Mad Men martinis.
That's great. I don't want to mess you up because I know you're on a time limit. We'll talk to you as long as we can. But you probably have a bunch of people to call today, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but whatever.
Okay. All right. Once again,
go ahead, Russ. Go ahead.
No. Netflix special is Hey Big Boy. I want to make sure I throw that out so people know. Yeah.
Yeah, in all seriousness, Bert, I remember you talking on your podcast about the worry and the guilt that you had of possibly infecting a bunch of people in your audience by having a show. So what are the parameters, or what are the things that you're going to make sure happens before you put on your first show? Like, have you talked about that with your team? Because everybody's kind of wondering about that.
I don't know. I think I would love for there to be testing out. I would love to be able to say, ideally, go, hey, if you want to come to my show, I'll test you also. It's a part of the ticket price, and then just get like a bunch of tests and do the antibody test. It takes 5 minutes. Everyone knows they're clean. We come in, we party, we touch each other. You know that everyone's going to be just groping each other like it's 1982.
Yeah.
Like it's 82.
But if that would be cool. Obviously, it's going to be tough to go back to theaters until there's some solution, because you can't put. I don't know what the Hard Rock, but 2,000 people. You can't put 2,000 people in a room shoulder to shoulder and then just have them exhaling all over each other. So I don't know what's going to happen. I think they're going to open comedy clubs first to limited capacity, and I think you guys are going to be lucky as crap, because the biggest comics in the world are going to be like, hey, how do I get into the Orlando Improv?
Yeah,
You think so?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. They'll do the Orlando Improv at the capacity. I think there's like probably 315. They'll probably do it at 170. So they'll seat everyone. You'll be with your group, but then they'll have like space, social distancing, and you'll get amazing shows. Like Chappelle will be down there, Rogan, the biggest names, Seinfeld. They're all going to want to do clubs. It's going to stink for like the mid-level comics, like the guys who just got bumped up to headliner, like Mark Normand, Tim Dillon, Chris DiStefano, like all those guys, Joe List. They're going to have to go back down to feature when they just got to headliner, and these are legit talents.
Yeah.
And then guys like me, I'll just wait my turn and do like a Tuesday night at the Orlando Improv.
Bert Kreischer on the phone with us right now. Okay, so after you do your call-ins today to promote your Netflix special, Hey Big Boy, like what are you doing for the rest of the day? Like, what does Bert Kreischer do, in this pandemic, staying at home? What do you have planned?
I'll tell you right now. I have a call with UTA about a movie where they want me to play Santa Claus.
Nice. Okay, that's good.
I have a meeting with the guys who produce Guys Grocery Games. And then we have that we have me and Joey and Tom Segura, Joey Diaz and Tom Segura, and Theo Vaughn are doing a podcast to try to raise money for the Comedy Store employees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're doing a live Zoom, I think, through the Comedy Store. Tom's hosting it. Me, Joey, and Theo are his guests, and we're trying to raise money for the Comedy Store. I don't know. I don't even know why we're doing that. I told him, I go, why don't we just donate money and just not do the thing?
Yeah.
Like, who's going to donate money on it makes no sense. But so I'm sure we'll donate money and do the thing. So
a little bit of both.
Bert, how are you dealing with it? Because with Zoom, we're doing a radio show. We got a little comedy that happens here, but the timing of having everybody in a different spot is something to overcome.
I love it. This Zoom has been awesome. Like, yeah. I've gotten so many better podcast guests. I had Gabby Reese the other day. I've always wanted her. Never been able to get her to drive to my house. Guy Fieri. I did one with Eugene Merman. He lives in Cape Cod. I mean, it's been awesome guest-wise that I kind of don't want it to go away, in that you get a pass for Zoom, in that everyone's like, no, that's all they can do right now. And we were all set up to do my podcast in my man cave because it's all distanced out. But man, people are just so much more comfortable Zooming.
Yeah, I mean, look, this has been great. Like, we wouldn't have been able to actually see you and talk to you if it weren't for Zoom today, and we really appreciate you.
This is the best call, and I'll never not Zoom with you guys. Like,
yeah.
Oh, awesome.
This has been outrageous.
Yeah, I appreciate it, brother.
Dude.
And of course, you're always welcome on the Monsters. It's special. It's on Netflix. Hey, Big Boy, one of the greatest comics of all time, Bert Kreischer. Thank you, Bert. We
I love
appreciate
you
it,
guys.
buddy.
Thank you very much.